Okay, we're on episode 49 of Happiest Pod.
Wow, look at us.
Wild. And I think we are deciding that we want to take some creative liberties, do some changes.
Right. And as you've noticed, we did not introduce ourselves because you should know us by now. And you've been on this ride with us for 6 years now, I think.
Yes,
going strong.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, when you say the number, like that's pre your first child.
It's pre our first child. It's in the thick of, a little thing called the pandemic. I feel like lives cycle in and out of 5 years. And I
Yes.
think you and I have grown in so many ways in 5 years. And I think this podcast has done the same. And I think this is the same philosophy for growth. It's slow, but in a good way. Like, I feel so many people who start podcasts want to just have 1 million listens and try to achieve that. But I think we've really played the slow and steady wins something, right?
Yeah. I know we had a lot of big ideas in the beginning when we were trying to figure out our flow. And I think that season of life also allowed for a lot of bigness. I think this season, like looking at the next 5 years and next 50, I think it's okay to not have the hour-long episode. I think it's okay to not have a new guest every episode. I think that is not reflective of the stage of our lives or the stage of this podcast.
Yeah, and because, technology has evolved wildly since we started this podcast. And I think even podcasts have evolved wildly over the course of these last 5 years. And I don't know about you, but I feel like my attention span is getting shorter and shorter every year. And that's not to say that the content isn't there. I think it's just people are becoming so busy managing their lives on a day-to-day basis. That's the same with people who go to Disney parks. I feel like the longer you go and the longer you're involved in, being a Disney adult, you just start to let go of things, but you start to pay attention to things more deeply.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that because my experiences on the park aren't jam-packed anymore either. Like it used to be, I had to hit a certain number of rides. I had to have a certain number of snacks. Like it was a lot of go, go, go. And now I don't experience that pressure. It's not like it's less thrilling either. I'm still very much enjoying myself, but I don't have to go for a full day. I don't have to go from like rope drop to fireworks. I don't have to feel it a certain way for it to be enjoyable.
Yeah. And for you, this is a question. For you, is FOMO still a thing?
No, in the beginning.
The fear of missing out? Yeah.
I used to have so much FOMO when I would see like the Disney influencers doing like the late night events or getting like the limited edition popcorn bucket or trying the snack that's only there for a week. Like that stuff used to like truly make me feel like I wasn't living life. Now I'm like, good for you. I love that for you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, if your gas bill isn't as large as mine, go for it, honey. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead, bro. Like, do your thing. And that's not to say that the quality of things has gone down, because I feel like there's discourse in the Disney community about like, oh my gosh, like they've taken a turn, like there's not a lot of people at the park anymore. And frankly, we are all collectively going through another recession type situation where people have to be smart about their money. But I think as true Disney fans, that just makes absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? I canceled my Magic Year. I didn't let it renew. And I haven't been to the park since last year. And I went for the first time last week. And it still felt magical. And the crowds were not that big. So it was like I get to experience everything. It felt like home still. I still got my popcorn. I didn't freak out about riding Guardians. I was okay with standing in a 30-minute line. I know that these things are still going to exist. And as somebody who's been in and out of the parks for so long, I don't feel like a piece of me is missing if I'm not actively participating in it.
Well, I'm curious for you now that you have two children and they're a lot older. They have a better understanding of where they are and what they're doing. Do they get to dictate the experience, or do you experience something new living like through them?
Oh yeah, they're in a different season where they want to do certain things. Like my son will be like, I want to go on Pirates. I want to go on Haunted Mansion. And he'll name that. Like, usually it's like, oh crap, like, what could we have them ride that they're tall enough to ride? Or what can I manage a nap on? Like, and that's like, it's a small world or whatever, but they're seeing it anew again now in, these stages of their lives. And I'm almost at the part where I might not need a stroller because they're just so large. I only bring the stroller to, put my stuff in because I don't want to carry it all day. But also the things that I buy, I don't want to get a locker. So I just put it in the stroller. I think the last time I went, it was my family and also my best friend's family, who now she's strollerless. This is the first time she's like, I'm not bringing extra clothes. I don't have a stroller. I don't have to deal with anything because all of her kids are older than 6. So she's like, I feel like I'm raw dogging life right now, but we're going to see if it's gonna work. And they had a fantastic time. And like their son, the middle child, he was excited to go on Guardians, and then he got really scared right before we went, and like he held on to dear life, but he did it. And those are new experiences that now me and my friends who have growing children get to experience alongside them. And I feel like it breathes new life into going to the parks. And like whether or not I have, have a child with me, or even me just going on my own, I think, the beauty of Disneyland, and especially the one here, I feel like I'm not going to speak for Disney World, but the return on investment of our parks here is so high. Like you're always going to have something to do, something new to see.
Something really interesting that you had mentioned was like when Arlo, your son, went to Disney World and was like, this isn't the real.
Yeah, straight up.
This is not the real, it's a small world.
It is
And,
not.
we have gone to Disney World now twice this year.
Correct.
Or at EPCOT, I should say. EPCOT twice, and then Magic Kingdom once. And that is the feeling that I get, that this isn't my park, but it's a park.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, because you have been to many other parks, even international ones, like, are there ones that you would trade for Disneyland?
For Disneyland, probably not. If for like a Disney World like park, probably. I think Disneyland is there's magic there. Like there's something about the way it was built. Maybe it's just, a piece of Walt Disney's ether essence. There's something there that's different. It's kind of like going into a historical building. You just feel the history there. You feel that it's been lived in. It's like it's a comfy sweater, Like
Okay.
you love it. You know what you're going to expect. It's going to surprise you maybe sometimes, but like you're always going to feel comfort in being there because the environment is just welcoming. Even though it's changed a lot over the years, the experience that you get, it's always going to be the same, but comforting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then which Disney World park would you swap out for another one?
Well, I'd absolutely swap out Hollywood Studios. We don't need that. Swap
With maybe
that
like
Tokyo
Japan Land
Disney.
and Sea.
That's, you already know. You see, you already know. I didn't even have to say it. We could definitely swap out Hollywood Studios. And maybe this is me as an LA native being like, we don't need a Hollywood version of Hollywood because Hollywood does that already. It feels fake in itself. So why do we need a fake version of a fake place?
Inception.
Yeah. It's like fakeception. Hollywood Studios, it makes sense because at the time it was made, it was when, Disney was venturing into all of their other IPs and all that stuff. But I think just like how California Adventure isn't really California Adventure, it's more like Pixar Land and, etc. It's the same thing. We're more focused on like the IPs of the brands as opposed to the experience of a place that's real. Also, I must say, people who love Hollywood Studios don't come for me. Because I know some people really do love it, and it has its gems. I'm not gonna lie, but when you call something Echo Park, I'm expecting it to be Echo Park, and I'm expecting to get
Fair,
tacos on the corner and
fair.
possibly
And
see something
elote.
floating and elote.
I haven't been to the international ones and I haven't done a Disney cruise like you've done. I think if there's an idea of FOMO, it's like I'd really like to do those things, but it isn't FOMO because I'm not afraid I'm missing out. It's more of like I can't wait to do
Mm-hmm.
that when it comes in my life.
Yeah, it's a sense of longing, which is good. And yeah, because Disney has so many experiences, and I'm really excited for you to try one of those. I think FOMO, and I don't even know if FOMO's used in the lexicon now. Do they use that?
We use it,
People in
we're
the chat.
millennials. That's
Yeah, this is
fine.
true. This is true. I think being away from our Disney just made me miss it more. And correct me if I'm wrong, when we were at Disney World with people who know Disneyland, they had the same sentiments as it just doesn't feel the same.
Yes, yes. There was someone I went to Disneyland recently with that we went to the conference with. We didn't know them, they didn't know us, and they had a magic key. And apparently, what happened was you and I were standing in line, and they saw like your Disneyland jersey, like you were wearing, or pin, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, "That's my people," and they didn't get to like run up and catch
Oh,
up with
yes.
us.
Mm-hmm.
And so later, she messaged me, and we went to Disneyland together. But it was like I looked around and it felt like I was in a dream. Like this, like I'm in the wrong timeline, right? Like we need to prune this timeline.
We need to prune this timeline, indeed. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah. And, Disney World is good for so many things. Like, as a true tourist family vacation destination, it is the best. Like,
Yes.
everything is there for you. If you're a family from out of town, out of state, like, everything is there for you. Orlando's a very curated place, but I feel that pulls away from the authenticity that we're used to. And not to say that it's fake, it's not fake, it's all real. Like, it's real Disney stuff. But when something is so curated, it starts to lose its quirkiness. It's just like it's too curated,
Yes. Yeah. I like the way that you're identifying that because, and we'll talk about this in an upcoming episode, but we spent my bachelorette at EPCOT. And one of the ways that it became very accessible is there was an Airbnb that could allow all 12 of us to stay in it. Like, that's not in Anaheim. You're doing a hotel, maybe a timeshare.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting your own room. Like, yes, could you fit that many people? Sure. Comfortably, no. And we were able to stay in a space that everybody had their own bathroom. We didn't even have to share that.
That was wild. I was going to say, like, that was, I think, the highlight of the house is that everyone had a restroom. Because, yeah, getting all 12 girls ready and, like, off to the parks is a big task in itself. And we somehow pulled it off. But yeah, I can't wait to talk about that because I feel like that was one of the best trips that I've ever had. But yeah, like, I think that gave a whole new perspective to Disney vacations because, like, that is something that could only happen if it was curated the way Disney does it. Because if not, like, I don't think everyone would have been accommodated the same exact way.
No, and so I think we're also in going back to the way we started this conversation, how things have evolved or changed. Even our content has expanded because we're talking about Disney World. We didn't do that, I think, in the first 3 years.
Yeah. It was still like a memory to me because like a sheer, like I had to really think about like what I did when I was over there. And now we know how to navigate EPCOT so well. We're like EPCOT experts in a way. And catering it for women who don't know about Disney, there's a lot of camaraderie going on there because we saw so many other bachelorette parties, so many bachelor parties. I think that's something that we only experience here at Disneyland in pairs or trios, just because it's, it's a smaller park. But over there, this is like, let's take a trip. Like, our friend group, let's just do this big. And it was really interesting to navigate it that way.
I think even the expansion of our different Disney friend groups, right? In the beginning, I identified you, right? And now I have people who are Disney World people because they're all on the East Coast. I have groups that are therapists. And then you've introduced me to the Decap Alliance, so groups that are just Filipino that also like Disney. Like, it's so interesting to see how we've expanded in our reach of the community.
Yeah, and knowing that there is no such thing as something too niche, because I think you're still gonna find your people. And in a world where everyone feels so disconnected, I think Disney outlets do a really good job at connecting people. And there's still that like air of, we are all Disney fans here. Like, we're not gonna try to be this or that. We're all just trying to enjoy it as much as possible.
And even this idea of being a Disney adult or Disney person. We went to Vegas right after the Bachelorette to go to CrimeCon with
Right.
my
Yes.
friend. And there were two women who had ears that they custom made with crime tape. And I like took a picture of them and I was like, oh my God, Disney people at CrimeCon. So like literally it is so easy to build community when you know someone is like a fellow Disney park goer specifically, I think.
Yeah. And I even think there was an article, I don't know if The Atlantic wrote it or something, where it was like, can we just drop the Disney adult hate already? Because in this day and age, why are we putting so much effort into hating a certain group simply for just wanting to do what they love? And I think that is, a glimmer of hope with everything going on. And yeah, Disney is a safe space for plenty of people. But yeah, things have changed. There's a lot to look forward to. What are you looking forward to in terms of like Disney projects? Is there anything that's caught your eye recently?
Certainly, I want to go on a cruise and I want to go to an international park. But as for projects, I'm interested in the live Moana. I'm gonna watch it in theaters. I don't not have hope for it, but I'm also being very mindful that this is live action. Do not compare it to the original. Don't compare it to my like original feeling of the like. If I don't do that, I will feel probably better about it. I I don't know what else is actually on the Disney docket, like besides like Doctor Doom or
I mean,
Doomsday.
Doomsday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doctor Doom. Well, you mean you're not wrong, but I
Yeah.
mean, X-Men 97 Part 2 just came out.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. TV. I
Yeah,
was forgetting
TV.
TV.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. That, I don't know if you've seen the first 3 episodes, but boy, oh boy, I was living my best life. Like, it is so good. It is, and of course, like, we expected that. Like, X-Men is gonna deliver no matter what. I even was watching Days of Future Past on the plane coming back from a recent flight. And I'm like, this is nuts. Like, seeing the
Yeah.
guy who plays Jeffrey Dahmer as Quicksilver, because he wasn't that back then.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot that he was my favorite Quicksilver because they portrayed that Quicksilver so amazingly well.
Yes.
And I'm just like, man, Jennifer Lawrence, look at you at Mystique. Like, it was just, I mean, yeah, the story's a little patchy, but I'm like, see, I can revisit this because X-Men is such a good IP that lives
Mhm.
on and on and on, that like I
Yes.
know that I'm never going to be disappointed. And
Yeah.
X-Men
Yeah. Yeah.
97, if you haven't seen it, please go. I know we'll talk about it, I'm sure, in an upcoming episode, but
Oh,
I
thousand
have
percent.
I have the same feelings about Moana. Obviously, as Pacific Islanders adjacent ourselves, we had such high expectations for the first Moana and it exceeded that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Moana 2 came out, and I'm like, okay, this is cute, you know. And then now, all of a sudden, The Rock put all of his soul, effort, and, essence into this live action one. And yeah, I think Bretman Rock said it best during his interview of The Rock. I don't know if you've seen it, but he was just like, I was coming for you in that wig. I swear I was, because I was just like, I don't know how this is going to happen. And he named it. It was hilarious.
Yes.
But he says the wig was wigging. And so he approved of the wiggery. And I think when, as people of color, especially people from Southeast Asia, who these are our neighbors, these are our cousins, right? Like,
Yeah.
seeing that representation in real life, I feel, is what I'm looking forward to, because we haven't had that much Polynesian representation on the big screen.
Big screen.
And seeing it in animation form is amazing, but I think seeing it for its reality, that it's a real people, it's, you know, real tribes, real actors. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to, because I think it's a shot for shot remake. I
I
mean,
believe
quote me
so.
on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's like The Lion King, that live action was, you know, it was alright, but this one, at least I have the people to look forward to.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And I again, like if I'm thinking in my mind of that Pacific Islander or Polynesian representation, there was a live action Lilo and Stitch that did not end the way we needed it to. But if
Uh-huh.
I don't compare it to the original, if I don't
It was
compare
great.
it, right? It was
It was
great.
cute. It was great. It was
It
cute.
was it was its own thing. It was
Mm,
and obviously the actress who played Lilo, hilarious. Um
amazing.
and then I think what is it is it a scene in, I don't know if it's like Fast and the Furious when they're like on the island? They're in Samoa maybe? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? That's it. That's what comes up to my mind.
Yeah.
Besides what is it, like Hawaii 5-0?
Yeah, Hawaii 5-0. I know they have Doogie Kamealoha, MD. And the one that was like a war, it like had to do with like the Hawaiian wars with Jason Momoa,
Oh
but
yes.
that one's
Yeah.
intense. Do not watch that with your children. It's very
No.
graphic, but it's a
It
good
it was like a
representation.
show, right? Yes,
It's a
yes,
show
yeah.
on Apple TV,
Mhm.
I think. And yeah, but this one is obviously for the masses. It has The
Mhm.
Rock in it, wigging out. And, you know, like, I think having all of those people, and when I see Gramma Tala, I'm going to lose it and I will start crying. So I already know that's going to happen.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
you know, if you cry in a Disney movie, it's done its job.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. And you know, I saw Moana, the original animated, with my grandmother, and my grandma, first thing she did was turn to me and go, "They killed their grandma." Very upset. She was very upset. And I was like, you know, it's a Disney movie. Someone was going
And
to
it,
happen.
yeah, and it had to be, obviously it's going to be somebody who is very pivotal to the character's development. Come on, grandma.
Very pivotal.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember, well, I didn't have a grandma looking at me, but I was sobbing fully the first time. And I fully expect to do that this time too. It's just, I really hope that the wig is not going to distract me.
See, they fix it with CGI. It fix it in post, as they say.
Fix it in post. Oh, well, I hope so, but I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's anything else coming out that.
No, because we saw Toy Story 5. So that would be the thing that has come out. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
we will have an episode on that, because you know, it is forever ingrained in your wedding weekend.
It
And
is.
so excited. And I know I'm going to ask you in the episode, but did you know there was a wedding in that movie before we
No.
watched it?
No. And I mean, you can ask me again, because it was synchronicity all the way.
Yeah, it was great, because all of the people who were in that wedding were also in that theater, and we could like, oh, this is me. It was very good, and it was such a perfect like cap to an amazing weekend. And yeah, if you haven't seen Toy Story 5, that was no spoiler. There is a wedding, but it's not
Yeah.
pivotal to
Yeah.
the story. And if you haven't seen it by now, please go watch it, because it surprised me. I was very impressed by this one in all the right
Yeah.
ways.
I didn't know it from the previews, didn't watch them, and it isn't a spoiler simply because they're selling drink lids with the one of the wedding couples. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that we got that so that we can gift it to you, because we were like,
Yes.
this is all Ariel's because she deserves it. There's a lot of good things to look forward to. I don't think we're inundated with too many things. Like, I feel like we talked about it in the last episode, where there's like too much stuff going on. I feel like they've edited a little bit better with their releases, which is a good thing.
Recapping the way this episode is we were doing a little bit of like looking back, we were doing a little bit of like where we are at now, we're doing a little bit of how this podcast has evolved. I know in our 50th we are gonna really talk about all of the things that we learned and how we experience stuff. We'll really jump into that. But I think what I'm kind of walking away is that it's okay if I don't know every single thing that's coming out off the top of my head. If I don't know like what the next park event is, like I am allowed to experience things a little slower, and I'm allowed to experience them more fully than like expansively.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you said it that way because it really brings in the idea of intentionality. And I think that in not just in the season of our lives, but like collectively as a society, I feel we want to be more intentional with our decisions. And, if that means missing out on some stuff, that's okay because guess what? Somebody's going to document it on social media anyway. So I'm going to get to experience it that way. But, we got to slow down and pay attention to the things around us. Experiences are made for is for you to get closer with the people that you love, whether it's your family, your friends, people you meet that have the same interests as you. I feel like that's been one of our underlying goals at Happiest Pod is to really enjoy things together. I mean, we're two best friends with the podcast, and we just want to share our experiences and our ups and downs, crazy turnarounds,
Yes.
navigating fandom and, holding on to the things that we love.
If you liked this quick and dirty update of Happiest Pod, please like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, comment if you like shorter episodes. We love the feedback. Reach out to us with anything that you may think of, maybe even potential future episodes. We would love to hear from everyone as we continue with this new phase of our project.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.